Hey friends, I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Everett, and it is now officially summer. As of 7:42 this evening, we crossed over from spring. It's the summer solstice, and this is the day where we would theoretically get 16 hours of daylight, but it's been pretty obscured out there. In Pacific Northwest style, we are starting off this new season in a weird kind of way. So we are in first alert tonight, and here's why. We've been seeing some thunderstorms moving across the region today. Luckily, they didn't play out the way that they could have, although we did see some lightning returns. I'll show you where in just a moment. Then once that moves out tonight, we're going to see some steady rain. Now, again, forecast models have kind of pulled back on that a little bit, but it's the first meaningful rain that we've seen in a while. So some of the messaging that we're trying to get out tonight is that the roads are going to be slick. If you think about it, a lot of oil, debris, stuff kind of builds up on the roadways, and then the first time it rains, all of that goes up to the top. Oil and water can't mix, and so it's going to be slick out there. The possibility of some slippery roads out there, especially on corners, and be really careful with braking tomorrow, because not only will it be wet out there, it's going to be slick. Now, the other thing too, first day of summer, of course, snow levels are dropping down to 5,000 feet. So again, not expecting any pass impacts. Snoqualmie's around 3,000. Stevens is around 4,000. But a lot of people like to do summer solstice camping up in the mountains or some sort of hiking. Be really careful out there and make sure you check your spot forecast before you go, because it's going to be cold and it's going to be snowy, and some of that will be that kind of rain-snow mix, and it's not a lot of fun. By the time we get to Sunday, we'll see that go up to about 6,000 feet, and then it's going to start to get warmer and feel like summer out there. So tonight, Puget Sound, southwestern Washington, and the mountains still have some lightning potential for about another hour or two. By the way, I'm taping this right around 7:30 p.m. And then on Saturday, we'll see western Washington and the mountains, pretty much the entire region, get a good soaking. Hey, take a look at this. This is our Columbia Tower cam. And again, I'm calling it the drama cam tonight. We've been seeing some really dark skies. In fact, we saw a rainbow about a half hour ago, and this was all obscured. Now things are starting to clear, but as you can see in the mountain foothills, it is still dark, and it is still raining pretty steadily in some spots, and there is still some instability. So you see the sunlight on the foreground there. As you mix sunlight or heat, it allows these clouds to convect, and sometimes when the warm and the cold air are trying to mix, that's where you get the recipe for lightning. Here's a live look from our Tacoma cam, and again, this is right around 7:30 at night. Still quite dark out there, but you can see a couple things. First of all, some light shining through, and then when you start to see those clouds flatten out on the bottom, that is an indication that the atmosphere is stabilizing. So we're almost out of the woods. I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment. 7-day forecast shows an interesting start to the season here. So again, 71, 72 is the average for this time of year. We're going to start off in first alert early tomorrow morning just for that rain potential. Then by about midday, we're going to be cool. We're going to be cool in a couple ways. Temperatures about 5 degrees below average. Sunday, we get it up to average, which, by the way, is room temperature, and then some summer-like weather Monday and Tuesday. And then as we go into the second half of the week here, it looks like we got some shower potential that'll take us down to 71. We can live with that. And then next weekend, it looks like it's going to warm up and be beautiful again, but not too warm. So low pressure system moving right overhead. Counterclockwise flow is one of the hallmarks of low pressure. So as we take a look at the region here, it's been fascinating to me that we've been seeing counterclockwise flow. You've been seeing those showers that are moving literally from south to north on one side of the map, and then moving from north to south on the other side of the map. So one of the areas that I've been watching tonight is down towards South Sound, where there was the possibility of some instability and lightning there. Looks like things are fairly quiet. So as we continue to track the last of the showers moving through, there's still a small chance there could be some lightning strikes there. We did see some of those in the foothills right about an hour or two ago. We saw it right over top of Snoqualmie as we saw a heavy cell move right over top of Interstate 90, but looks like that's starting to calm down as well. Keeping a close eye on Wenatchee tonight. Remember, there is the ceremony that's taking place out there. It was really gusty. Our Alex McLean was out there giving us some broadcasts earlier today, and it was really windy out there, but now that's starting to back off, and it looks like those showers should stay away. There'll be some shower potential this weekend up in that region. I'll tell you about that in a moment. So take a look at this. This is called thunderstorm energy, or what we refer to in the business as CAPE, and there are just some little blips and blops there as we go through the rest of the night tonight, especially just off towards the south and east of Olympia. So again, not completely out of the woods, and again, this is a loop that's just playing over and over again. There is some lightning and thunderstorm potential off towards the east and northeast of Wenatchee tomorrow, as that area will still be a little bit unstable. As we put the future into motion, it's out with the old and in with the new. Take a look at that. It's going to be snowing up in the mountains near White Pass and possibly up towards Mount Rainier. Then take a look at this. Right around 9-10 o'clock tonight, this is when that rain moves through. It's going to be fairly steady. So this time yesterday, forecast models were going big on it. You see the yellow here? That indicates that it's going to be steady and heavy rain. In fact, it was going to be all the way up and down Puget Sound. Now, it will still be all the way up and down Puget Sound, but it looks like it's just going to be more what's called stratiform rain, which is just widespread and steady rain. And take a look at the lavender in the mountains. Yeah, this is fantastic news, because as we go into wildfire season, we need more snow in the mountains. That snowpack basically disappeared in March. So again, to get just a little bit of snow up there kind of gives us a little bit of insurance, if you will, and getting some water on the ground, or even in the western Washington portion of the map here, is also a really good thing to do. By the time we get to about 9:30 tomorrow, now it's just southwestern Washington out towards Westport, that'll see that steady rain and things starting to clear up towards Whatcom and Skagit counties. And then by about 11 noon, this thing's out of here. We'll just see some rain down towards Chehalis. And then as we go into the afternoon, just spotty showers here and there. Speaking of which, I was standing over top of it, but yeah, Wenatchee has the possibility of seeing some spotty showers. And as you saw, maybe some thunderstorm potential as well. By the time we get to sunset time, which is after 9 p.m., things will sort of kind of start to clear. A few more showers off towards the east on Sunday, and it's going to be kind of a cloudy affair out there. It's going to take a couple days for that to clear, dry, and warm. This is Sunday right around 5:30. Again, some storm potential off towards Highway 97 out near Colville. Otherwise, it looks like we're finally going to see the skies start to clear over top of Puget Sound, and maybe we'll get a good sunset out of the deal. So as far as precipitation potential goes, an inch in Bellingham and up towards the San Juans, oh, that's fantastic. And then down pretty much all along the I-5 corridor. Seattle picks up about 2/3 of an inch. Everett picks up a 1/2 inch. Mount Vernon as well. Down towards Olympia, Chehalis, Puyallup, everybody gets a drink of water here. And even off towards the east, Leavenworth, Wenatchee, again, nothing that looks like it's going to register big time, but again, just getting the ground wet after all the wildfires we've seen is a really, really good thing to do. Snow potential, again, above 5,000 feet. So anything that falls at Stevens Pass, it's probably just going to be a rain-snow mix. Again, be careful up there. It could be slippery. Snoqualmie, no worries at all. It's just going to be all rain. Crystal Mountain picks up about 7/100ths of an inch. Paradise, though, that could be really impressive. About 1/2 foot of snow up there in June. That's a fantastic thing to do. Mission Ridge looks like it'll get kind of a goose egg there. Mount Baker will pick up an inch or two. Again, be really careful if you have some hiking or some climbing plans. As far as the wind goes, again, it's been blustery through most of the afternoon off towards Leavenworth and Wenatchee. Will continue to be through most of the night tonight. And then as we go into the day on Saturday, things will finally calm down as that system pulls away from us. Overnight temperatures, pretty much where they should be this time of year. We'll be in the 40s and 50s overnight, 30s in the passes. Again, it's going to be chilly up there, so hikers and climbers and stuff, be prepared for that. Either just wait until Sunday or dress appropriately. High temperatures tomorrow, again, well below average. Again, 71, 72 is what we normally see. Yeah, we're not going to be really doing anything close to that for the first day of summer. 70 tomorrow in Wenatchee, 64 in Leavenworth, and some 50s and 60s along the coast. 7-day forecast shows us starting off summer on a bit of a cool and blustery and strange note, but hang in there. We're going to start to warm up on Monday and Tuesday and feel something that's a little more closer to summer.